Bro, I'm stumped.
Welcome, 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 world
World.
to another edition of the Better Bro Podcast, baby. And I am your boy, your host. You already know, Low Pro. Let's go, aka Spider-Man. Goddamn, aka Black Dragon Phoenix, X-Ray Zulu One. And I'm joined today once again with my illustrious co-host. You already know, this is all up in your IVDIV, Mr. Do the fucking most. And also, you already know, Screwface Susanova.
Yo,
I'm gonna do the echoes.
oh my bad. I got a little carried away. I just had to laugh. Real quick.
Fuck yeah. Oh, that shit's so hilarious.
Hope that's not a copyright infringement.
Oh shit. Anyways, today we got a great show for y'all. We're gonna have Mr. DIV himself take it away from here though.
All right. Thank you for that amazing intro. Appreciate that. Good to be back here in front of all you fine people. All right. We got a good one for you today, like always. Hot, fresh, baking out the oven. I'm not stalling to look at my notes. Never that. We're gonna start
We're
out
professionals
hot.
over here. That's he will never do that. We're professionals.
Hell yeah, facts. Right?
Always.
You got the bulletin board, the guy with the cue cards behind him just flipping the script. Yeah. Oh yeah. I got my teleprompting, the computer's puting, boosting.
Yeah.
This man is quoting the GOAT right there. Huh? You got computers puting. Got the boosters boosting.
Kanye West, he's been in the news everywhere. Here, there. Kanye West, Mr. West, my bad. Yay.
Hey, there we go, man. Put some respect on his name when you say yay.
Respect all over his name. Man's on Alex Jones talking crazy. All right, say some crazy stuff. I already heard a snippet. I know it's a snippet, and I know it's been chopped up, but that shit sound crazy.
It does.
That sound crazy from beginning to end, and I know it's edited, so I'm not even gonna, play it. But that shit is, if he's saying what he said, then hey, this is gonna be an interesting topic. Yeah. So, Spider-Man, Screwface, whoever wants to, inform us. I know you guys know the.
Let me go first because I'm not gonna. Because I know Spider-Man's gonna want to. He's gonna want to say something. So just let me go first. I don't have much to say on it. I'm just say I agree with you, Div. He's definitely wilding. My man said, "Listen, let me explain the situation. Like you said, he was on the Alex Jones show. What is it, Infowars?
Yes.
He was on Infowars, and I guess I don't know how the topic came up, but I guess Kanye wanted to at least enlighten us and let us know that everybody has redeeming qualities. And on that list of folks he believes has a redeeming qualities is one man by the name of, hold on, let me check my notes. Adolf Hitler. Yes, the Nazi. Yes. Mein Führer, Adolf Hitler.
World War II, Adolf Hitler. Oh, World War I and World War II, Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, that guy. That guy. He said, what did he say?
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Auschwitz,
He created the microphone.
Mid paintings, mid-ass paintings.
Research to see did Hitler really create the microphone?
I don't think so. What? No, I never heard that in my life.
That's one of Kanye's claims that Hitler had created the microphone that he currently uses as an artist.
That's who he was talking about? Yo.
He said Hitler. I might have to fact check that.
All right, so obviously, the clip I heard ended at a certain point. What you just said explain something. Why he why he used Hitler, I don't know. Okay, Screwface, you got this.
I'm stuck on the whole Hitler created the microphone part. Because what? Wait, when?
That's
That's what
all
I want to
like
know.
I wanted to fact check it, but I also feel like I'll be dumb as hell if I went to go fact check it.
What?
Maybe I should,
Yo,
just so
what?
maybe on the off chance I'm wrong.
How does man go from a painter to a mechanical to an engineer? Like that's what I want to know.
What
Like
were they
when did this
yelling
happen?
at? Like, weren't they yelling into some, whatever, all those dictators in front of the crowd? Were they yelling into some fucking
I
type
think
of
they used to use
microphone?
them old school cones and shit they used to use to try to amplify your voice.
Really? Okay, okay.
I could be wrong, man, but I'm not an Adolf Hitler expert neither. So
What were they using at the Olympics?
Sir,
Were they just yelling at people at the Olympics, like from a tower? Like, what are they doing?
nah, I want to say they did have speakers and microphone by then. At least the
I
sound
could have.
horns, the blaring horns and shit.
And boxing's been around for a while. Didn't the microphone shit drop for boxing? And
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
I could have swore
that's
I've
how I
seen
said
microphones.
I kind of want to fact check, but at the same time, like,
damn it, Kanye, you done did it again. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know anything. You made us
That's why
confused.
that's why he's a genius and we're not, I guess.
yeah.
Nazi propaganda. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, but either way, so yeah, that's the gist of it. That Kanye believes that Hitler has redeeming qualities and is a great guy in a sense. If I'm paraphrasing what he said, he's a great guy. He's misunderstood. So
So
I'm gonna give it over to you, Spider-Man.
hold on. Before I
You know, passing that shit over there, you got it. I was gonna say what I had to say.
So it's not again. I'm not saying I support Hitler at all.
This man supports Hitler.
Ding, 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 ding.
Hey, you gotta preface it. That means you do.
No, because I don't want it to come off sounding like I do, because I do not at all. Like I honestly don't, man. I don't support losers. I'm from America, man. We win, all right? We win everything. We ain't never lost a goddamn war.
Unless you're American South and you lost that goddamn war.
Well, you mean the war of northern aggression? What do you mean?
Listen,
Get out of here.
We are still undefeated,
right?
As long as you were an enemy of America, guess what? You still a loser. And I don't support losers, all right?
Well, unless you're Vietnamese, then you kind of held your own. You kind of held your own.
We didn't lose that, okay? We just decided not to finish it. That's it. We just decided not to finish it.
It was a strategic retreat. That's what it was. It was a strategic
we don't use the R word.
I'm not in the jungle.
I mean, my bad. It was a strategic exit. My bad.
There we go. We don't retreat ever.
As long as you stop while you're running away, it's a tactical.
Yeah, so like this. Never turn your back. But get the fuck up out of here. Go.
Out of ammo. Shit.
Never turn your back.
But nah, the only thing I'm gonna say is not just anybody can move a whole fucking nation. Right or wrong, the cunning and the skill to move a whole fucking nation to do something that fucking dumb, do something that void of human empathy, that is the only part where I'm gonna say he had some skills. That's the only part that I will acknowledge. Other than that, Hitler was a piece of shit. He's a fucking dirtbag. But imagine if somebody today could move the whole of America like he moved the whole of fucking majority, I mean not say the whole of Germany, the majority of Germany to do these human atrocities. Just imagine if somebody else could do that, not for those same things that he did, but was just had that ability to move a whole nation. You're not the prime minister, you're not the president, you're just some dude coming out of fucking bumfuck Mississippi, and you're able to rally a whole fucking nation behind you.
It's different too. The Germany's not as big as the U.S. and Germany's just Germans.
So I know, but still, regardless,
the ability to you'll never
got people out there who can't even rally an island. They're elected official and they can't even rally a whole island. That's what I'm getting at. That does take a certain amount of skill, and that's the only thing I will acknowledge. Like that does take a certain skill. It does take a certain amount of knowledge, a certain type of way with words, way to convince people to join you and shit.
That's true, because Hitler wasn't really a big guy or an imposing guy either. So it's just like for him to get folks to want to do that, to go through the whole plan of the Holocaust and all that good shit. is just crazy. And just to say, hey, we're gonna go to war with all these motherfuckers, and then
Exactly.
we're just gonna do this. I mean,
That is the
I can see where you're coming
only
with on that.
yeah. And that's why I said I
I
don't want
don't
it
love
to
Hitler
seem
stuff.
like I'm praising him because I'm not really praising him. I still think Hitler's a fucking dirtbag. He's fucking trash. But the ability to do that, you gotta understand that portion. You gotta be like, oh, okay,
I
that's
understand what.
fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
I understand all that. That's. And I'm not even gonna sit here and accuse anybody of anything. But it's when you get on a certain platform that has a certain reputation of promoting some certain conspiracy, you know what? And I guess that would be the only platform that you could kind of
So you
say
could
something
say
like
that.
that. I guess. So I guess
Yeah,
I
but
understand why he feels he needs to go on that platform. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that platform saying that type of shit comes off like bad shit. Like you one of them
you expect
crazy
it.
ass conspiracy people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he's wrong. And everything you guys been saying, all valid stuff, that stuff I agree with. Like that, you gotta be some type of talented, some type of gifted to come up and do some shit like that. But you ain't always gotta praise. I mean, it's
Oh
good
yeah,
to do a lot of praise behavior that is of
the
that. But again, we're just looking at like what he did. We're not trying to just talk about the morality of it, and it's hard to separate the morality of it. But back to the whole, this man is on this platform with this man who literally just got sued by like the
Yo,
whole
that is simply for him trying to save what little he can of
free speech.
free speech, his business, trying to say, basically trying to build himself up, build up a platform, whether it's with the black community or whether it's with the
The
fucking
Nazis?
crazy Nazi, right, left, whatever. Because he gets those. There's a whole bunch of undercover Nazis out there who's going to agree with what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah,
There's a whole
gotta,
bunch of them,
there's
and
a
he
whole
knows
lot that
this.
ain't undercover.
He's gonna go get a support. Like
They're not undercover
what
no
he said
more.
was, look at his earlier comments, how it rallied people over in California to be holding protesters in his name, holding banners over the side of the bridge saying Kanye was right and all this other shit. Those aren't black people. Those were Nazis doing that shit, supporting Kanye.
Yeah.
Do y'all see how crazy 2022 is ending?
Yeah, you got Nazi support.
Supporting Kanye. You got Nazi.
It doesn't make it doesn't.
Fucking wow. If
It
you
doesn't
told
even
me this
right?
back in 2006, Kanye was going to have Nazis supporting him for running for president, I'd be like, what the fuck are you smoking?
Next president. When's the next presidential election again? When's the next one? 20.
2024.
Yeah, 2 years from now, I think. Yeah.
Next year they're holding the whole runs and everything, and then the new president comes in 24.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll be out of the country by then. All right, that's cool.
Let's side note. This election, if you thought the 2016-2020 elections were crazy, this is about to be turned up all the way. Right. 16 was a banger to the point we got Trump and Hillary disappeared. And then everything after that was nuts. Russia, pussy grabbing, all that shit was crazy. And then boom, Biden becomes president. What happens? Niggas march on the Capitol, wipe shit all over the walls. Fucking Nancy Pelosi's desk with her feet up and all types of crazy shit. This election wasn't real. Niggas broke into her husband's house, broke into her house and attacked her husband.
With a hammer.
That happened a couple months ago. Nancy Pelosi, the third most powerful motherfucker on the planet. I mean, well, in the U.S., but pretty much the planet. If you're the president, you pretty much got a lot of power on the planet. You can fuck shit up. But like, niggas broke into her house and like hit her husband in the head with a hammer. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, nigga, what the fuck is going on? Nigga, COVID. Like, nigga, this election is gonna be.
How strong of a chance do you think that Kanye has of actually being elected to one of the well, he's going on the Republican side, ain't he? So him being a Republican candidate.
Seeing as how Herschel Walker was able to fucking, get himself up there to get enough votes to like still be in the running of what I think it is, the Senate in Georgia.
Mhm.
There's a 45% chance that
Yo, why you lowballing Kanye like that? Why you lowballing him?
yeah, listen,
Don't do
45 is
Kanye.
Do that to you.
listen, we gonna have like three we gonna have like three candidates or so. 45
I
is
want
pretty
you to
high.
remember what generation is turning 18.
These
Which
niggas
one
ain't
is
grow up with
currently in
Kanye.
their mid-20s? And we're part of what, the millennials in our 30s? Now
Yeah.
think of all of our peers and those underneath us. And
Who's after? Who's after us?
45,
What generation is after us?
Gen Z.
It's Gen Z, and then what's after Gen Z?
I think Zoomers, ain't that Zoomers?
The Zoomer. Okay, so Zoomer is Gen Z. Wait, you sure? Isn't
I
Gen Z?
I
don't
don't
know. I just know Gen Z is the next one's up. But bro,
know.
we're talking about people who do anything for clout, ate Tide Pods,
Yeah.
got all these challenges, who have been raised with all this free thought, thinking that you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like the rules, let me not say the rules. More like the natural world. No, fuck, let me not say natural world.
Just say the rules make sense. Just because it's like the rules as we know it are gonna be a lot different. Or how things
as
work.
we know it does not apply. You can make your own reality, and everybody else must bend their wills to your reality. This is the people who's coming up next.
But is that in the real world? They don't have that power in the real world. They have anxiety in the real world.
Yeah, but by the time they get older, they're just even with all that anxiety and shit, they still gonna have they're gonna have the gravitas, I guess, to still be able to go vote.
Our generation, they had a gorilla on the ballot box. Harambe. Let's not forget.
Wait.
You can Google this.
Yeah. What was that? That was the Obama one?
It was I want to say was it the Obama? I thought it might have been the Trump and Hillary one.
Wait,
was it
a gorilla?
Yes, Harambe.
Yeah, Harambe. I can't remember if that was the second time.
2 or 3%, 6%, some shit like that.
I think that was the second time that Obama got elected.
Bro, it's anarchist. The generation is anarchist. They don't give a shit about nothing. Everything's cynical. I'll tell you, Obama said it. Obama said he doesn't want to raise a generation of cynics. And then when you do that, they don't give a shit. They don't care about anything. They don't care about civilization. They don't care about the future. They just want to make fun of shit and be like, oh, well, that's sure. Yeah, they just want shit to burn. They don't give a fuck.
They just want to sit there eating their avocado toast, say purr, and fucking just kill everything. That's all they want to do.
That's a small portion, yes. And even those avocado motherfuckers, they want it to burn. They all want it to burn. Everything's ironic. We just wear stupid shit on our shirt. That's ironic.
Out of all of them, who do you think is gonna connect the most with the young voters? The don't give a fuck generation.
Yeah, The Rock.
The Rock. Honestly, now Kanye has a niche. Honestly, you know, a lot of folks was defending Kanye, even when he's like, no matter the dumb shit he says.
For one, The Rock's not in the spotlight as much as Kanye. Everybody's invested.
The Rock is in the Fast and Furious movie. There's mad memes about family and Vin Diesel arguing with The Rock. And
Vin Diesel arguing with The Rock. Tell me 1 week in the last 3-4 fucking months y'all haven't heard something about Kanye.
The Rock was just in Black Adam. He was in the
I'm talking about Kanye.
Put our album in it.
It doesn't matter. You're only thinking about his music. I'm talking about him just in the news.
In the public eye. He's saying just in the public eye.
Positive stuff. He's on
That's why I said The Rock still probably.
Late night this. He's on late night shows. He's guest starring in TV shows. That
Kanye will get more votes than The Rock.
If you watch TV shows and all that.
First off, we're not even convinced The Rock's American. All right, I'm not even convinced.
Who said that? What?
He's Samoan, ain't he? Wasn't he born in Samoa?
I don't know any place in Missouri, Texas, or Oklahoma named Samara, so he can get his ass the hell back over there.
There's two places you know Kanye from, either Georgia or Illinois. Well, Chicago. You won't even say Illinois. You'll say Chicago. But one of them two places. He's from Georgia. He was born in Georgia.
He was born in Georgia. I thought he was. Yeah, all right.
Nah, he was born in.
No, he was born in Atlanta and moved to Chicago when he was like 5 or some shit. He was a kid.
Yeah. It's like Michael Jordan for running for president. You know he has no political background, but his
black people are not
there.
gonna vote for him.
So
actually, you know what? Give it a second. Yeah, I don't remember. I just realized I just see Michael Jordan in the background. Y'all go for Michael Jordan. Yeah, y'all go.
Yeah, that
nigga will let us kill each other. Yes, will let us kill each other for some shoes.
Listen, if looks could kill, look at this man. Look at this man. You want to vote for this? Look at the way he's looking at that white man. Yeah, he got my vote.
I wish he would look at like fucking Nike like that. He does just like that. What? Damn.
Yeah,
I would never vote for him. And he treated Chameleon like shit. I heard about that shit. I love Chameleon.
I didn't hear about that.
Michael Jordan treats everybody like shit.
No, he really does.
Yeah, he does.
Great basketball player. Horrible.
What
horrible
was he told Charles Barkley? Like, cause the homeless guy was asking Charles Barkley for some money, and Charles was gonna give him some money, and then Michael Jordan was like, "Nah, nigga, fuck that." Like, if he could ask for money, he could ask to take your order. He needs to go get a job. Like, what?
Damn.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
If he can ask for money, he can.
Bro, have y'all ever seen those shorts? One of the shorts where some dude just talk about, oh, he had that dog in him. I don't know, some white dude. It's pretty hilarious. He said that one time Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley went out, and then the interviewer came the next night and asked him, "Oh, how was it hanging out with Charles Barkley?" He asked Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was like, "I don't give a fuck about that fat fuck." Like straight up, like some shit like that.
And then Charles Barkley was like, "Yeah, it was cool hanging out with Michael."
Yeah, some shit like that. I don't give a fuck about that fat fuck.
That's Jordan for you.
Yeah.
Disrespectful. Oh shit, my phone just died. Jerry Jones. We on sports.
Who is Jerry Jones first off?
He is the owner of the Cowboys. Or
who?
He's the owner. Isn't he the owner? Isn't Jerry Jones the owner?
Yeah, he's the owner of the Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys, Texas, Dallas Cowboys.
America's team. Absolutely.
Yeah, America's team, Dallas.
You mean the America's team means the team of America, and America meaning the land of opportunities, the melting pot of the world.
Tony Romo.
Everybody is equal. America's first team, Dallas, Texas Cowboys.
I don't even think it was America's first team. That's a wild part.
I think it's just America's team.
America's team there.
Nigga, the first.
Listen, I don't trust no team that gives themselves like
the Brooklyn Trashmans or some shit. The Brooklyn Packers or like the fucking St. Louis fucking Burgundies. It's like some dumb shit. Yeah, it's not.
What was
the Cucamonga Cracker Killers?
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole bunch of black guys like, well, fucking leatherheads. Fucking, excuse me. So the story with Jerry Jones. If y'all don't know, a lot's been going on in the sports world. Obviously, we were just talking about what's been going on with Kanye. That kind of trickles over here with what we're talking about, Kyrie Irving. And, if y'all don't know, we'll give you a quick rundown on what's been going on. Kanye says some stuff about the Jews. He gets chopped up and, go through the meat grinder. And then around the same amount of time towards the tail end, Kyrie Irving posts a picture about a movie on Netflix about black people and their journey.
Amazon Prime?
Amazon Prime. It's about black people getting in touch with their Hebrew connections, their Hebrew past, and black people saying and believing that we're the real Jews and all that stuff like that. and he got a lot of flack for that movie. There's parts of the movie where they say certain things that ain't true. I didn't see the movie, so I don't want to get into it too much, but there's certain parts of the movie where they say the claims that they make about history are not accurate. All right, so there's things inconsistencies with the movie. He puts out the movie. He just puts a poster on the movie on his Twitter or whatever. Firestorm. You know, Jewish people. Some Jewish people, not all. Some Jewish people come out and say that they're offended by what this movie is. Pretty much, the media acts instantly demonize Kyrie Irving. You got Shaq calling him stupid. You know, oh boy, we're just talking about him. Charles Barkley calling him all types of stuff, talking crazy, but that's normal for Charles Barkley. I think Shannon Sharp said something. A lot of people in the media were talking about him, right? A lot of people had negative things to say about him, and then this made black people think, oh man, we literally just watched this shit happen to Kanye. Now we're watching the same thing happen to Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie Irving didn't even say nothing really, even close to what Kanye said, and they still tearing this dude up and basically buck breaking. To black people, it looked like buck breaking. And what buck breaking is just taking the biggest, strongest, blackest dude they can in front of all the other slaves, whoop his ass, beat him in front of them, and they be like, look, we could beat the shit out of the strongest one of y'all. What the hell are y'all gonna do against us? We're so powerful, we just beat the strongest one of all y'all. And let that sink in as he sits here and bleeds. We, slave owners, white men, superior, give strongest is down. That's what buck breaking is, right? So they drag Kyrie Irving in front of all of us, break him down, and we see it, and that's it. And a lot of black people started taking it that way, and Jewish people put out this whole list of demands that they want Kyrie Irving to say, apologize, do, and that drove even more of that point home that they're buck breaking this guy and it's actually disrespectful. So that happened. Kyrie Irving comes out later on and finally apologizes and says that he's sorry to those that he offends, and you know, he talks about how he's trying to reconnect with who his people is. That's all he wanted to do, whatnot. And this has been going on throughout the media for the past month, damn near a whole month, honestly, from start with Kanye to end with Kyrie, and it's just been them getting their names drugged through the dirt. Embarrassing. Kanye's been getting since way back when, since before him and Kim got divorced. They've been dragging his name through there, but that's neither here nor there. So after that died down, right, comes out that there's a picture of Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboy, in some crazy 1930s, 50s weird civil rights shit, like some crazy shit. I think the picture was from the 1950s. I don't want to talk crazy, but I think the picture was from the 1950s, and it's of racist ass white folks, racist ass white men screaming and trying to get or being aggressive in this restaurant, basically trying to they were what is it, anti-desegregationalists, or yeah, there were people who were trying to desegregation.
They were against desegregation, so yeah.
Yeah, so the room was filled with them, and there's black people there and all that type of stuff. And in the picture, and I'm talking, this is like some old school racist shit. It's like the pictures you see when you go to the Civil Rights Museum, when you see white people like in the motion yelling and screaming and shit, and then all that shit, and the black person is like, oh shit, you know. And it's one of them type of shits. It's like you see this picture, you're like, what the fuck? And then right there, circle, you see Jerry Jones, the owner, and this whole thing kind of blew up on the internet. I didn't see a whole lot about it on like conventional news. Like I'm not even trying to just say that line. Like really, I didn't see it. Like all the big companies, if they did talk about it or anything like that, it was like a quick little expose on there or something. It wasn't like really how this shit was like really messing with people after what we just see with Kyrie. And then you have Stephen A. Smith coming on. He said something about it, defending him, saying that he's upset with people bringing this up from something from 70 years ago. And he was a 14-year-old kid. And in my mind, like as a man who's been around in the past 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, there's been young black boys getting murdered like in the streets, left and right. You know what I'm saying? And they've been under the age of they've been under the age of 14. Wasn't Tamir Rice 12 years old when the cops put him on the playground and shot him?
10?
Yeah, felt like he was scared for his life.
Definitely
like,
under 14.
They have young black boys intimidating fucking full-grown cops. They claim. These cops are claiming These young boys are intimidating and they're fearful for their life and getting killed. You got little black boys and girls who just might be upset that they got into an argument with a teacher, getting fully fucking arrested and having their whole life ruined. Are you shitting me right now?
In pre-production, we was talking about that young kid, that young girl that got arrested by the cops.
Yeah,
she was like, she threw a
getting
tantrum
arrested because she got upset. They called the cops for her. They have like multiple kids who they're like all these are like 5, 6, 7-year-olds who would argue with each other, push each other, or just take a crayon from another. Literally took a crayon from another child. Cops called on them, arrested, handcuffed, zip ties, getting marched down to the police station.
Experiences that you put your kids through.
Are you shitting?
For what reason?
Like,
but
those are traumatizing events to these kids. These are traumatizing to the family. It's traumatizing to their classmates. And then y'all talk about, oh nah, the police are doing good. How is that doing good? If me at 6 years old saw that 6-year-old getting arrested, I'm gonna let you know I have enough of a mental capacity to understand an argument with a 6-year-old and a grown-ass man coming in, arresting the child and dragging them out the classroom while they're there crying, screaming, bloody fucking murder that they want their parents. You think that's not gonna fuck up? You think that's doing good? And who the fuck are these teachers calling the cops when 5 and 6 years old? Who the fuck are they? Why are they hired?
What school did they go to? This is like
from the articles I read, I guess
that was in the curriculum at their college.
It's happening a lot in Florida. In Florida, it's happening a lot.
What I tell you about the anxiety from this generation, and these are teachers that are younger than us. All these teachers are not young. All these teachers are younger than us. I'm telling you, they got anxiety more than them kids.
But not to come too far off of the Kyrie Irving and his video.
Yeah, get back to Jerry Jones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my first question before I go for Jerry Jones, for y'all two, what happened with Amazon? Did anybody say anything about Amazon even having the video up there?
No.
Because you said that it was on Amazon, right? And he just posted it from Amazon. He didn't say anything. He just said that, hey, check this out. We are Black Israelites and Jewish and all this other stuff, right? That's what he said? Something along those lines, to that effect.
Yep.
What happened with Amazon, the company that's having this up there?
Nothing.
Nope. Nobody posted like, yo, why you even had this video? I'm so offended by this. Let me blame Kyrie. What about the people who's actually putting this shit out?
Honestly, I don't even remember Amazon putting out a statement or anything about the video being on their, platform. I don't think I've ever seen it.
They had never addressed it.
So why are they solely going after Kyrie and telling all these demands and everything that they have for him? Where's the demands for Amazon then? Where's that at? I truly want to know where the fuck is that shit at? Where's Jeff Bezos coming out apologizing for having this up there?
The thing that what I've heard, the reason why is that they're like, well, what can we do to them? So basically what they're trying to say is that if they're too powerful, they're not even going to try, which is a terrible way to think about it. But I've heard people say, oh, what are you supposed to do against Jeff Bezos? So they're not going to do nothing against
the same thing you're doing against Kyrie. The same thing. The same exact thing. Cancel him. Have every other fucking media outlet out there run slanderous statements against him and his company. The man has more than enough money. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if they were that mad about the video, then they could have just, canceled their Amazon Prime account or don't use Amazon Prime, like until he took it off or something. But it's like you said, that's a pretty good question to bring up, because it's just like all that energy you have for Kyrie, you could have had for Jeff Bezos and Amazon, because they're the one that actually had it up there for him to even watch it, and to also, to even share it. So it's just like, I can honestly agree with that. Yeah, exactly.
They just throw their hands up when somebody they can't.
They want Kyrie to fact check.
They went with the low hanging fruit. That's what they did.
Yeah, that's what makes it even worse. And then I'm telling you, you have this situation where you have a guy who's in charge of Black people. He's in charge of the whole team. The team's full of Black people, and he comes from a past of all this type of shit. Now I don't know what he's like. They said he's hired Black people, gave Black people jobs, all this other stuff. But I feel like that's always behind the guys. That's behind the guys of other things that could have been done like how many other jobs did he stop? How many other people did he affect?
Listen, even if you give people jobs, what were those jobs like? What was their contract like? Were you truly paying them a fair wage? Oh, I gave a million black people jobs. But what kind of jobs did you give them? Were they just sanitation workers and then you only had like 20 fucking corporate black people who could never go make it up to like corporate meetings? Like, do you just choose one of the fucking million that you gave? And he has a corporate job, so now he's your black spokesperson. They say, yeah, no, he likes black people. He gave me a job, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's not how that works. That's not how that fucking works, man.
The bar is real low for some folks, you know. As long as you give black folks a job, then it's just like, that absolves you of everything else you tried.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you were a piece of shit back then, but you gave us jobs now. Yes, massa.
You gave me a job, I would have just stayed in the projects the whole life, but you made me be able to move into lower middle class, so I'm extremely grateful for you. So now I can look down.
lower. So
now I can look down on the other people still in the projects. Yeah. Look at this. I ain't got a 2022 goddamn Ferrari, but I got a 2018 Toyota Camry. Yeah. Like, no.
I mean, that's still a better car than I got. So.
Yeah, it's not bad.
If you had said a 1999 Camry, then all right.
Yeah,
even then, that's still a pretty damn good car. So it's
maybe I should get a job with that guy, so I can look down at the niggas there. This sounds pretty good right now.
How about this?
So bad.
Scratch what I said. I got a 91 goddamn Honda Accord.
Oh, fuck that.
I don't know, bro. That's still a pretty damn good car.
A 91's a good car.
A 91 Honda Accord. That shit's still running. I don't know what you're talking about. They got like 300,000 miles on it, but it's still running like it's new. So I don't know what you're talking about. It's a Honda.
That car's over 30. That shit's over 30.
Hey, listen. It's a Honda, though. It's a Honda.
And that's why the Japanese don't get back into what they always been doing. Because they got people fixed. They love it. Everybody loves the Japanese.
Scratch that. I got a 98 Ford Taurus. How about that?
Oh, fuck those cars. Oh, okay. God.
Ford Taurus?
Paid off. 98 Ford Taurus.
Listen, the only car that I've ever had fuck up on me was a Ford Taurus. So fuck those cars.
Damn it. Finally won it.
And also, just a note of contention, the photo is from 1957. Do it that way. 1950, that's 3 years before 1960. My parents were born in like I want to say 63 and 65.
This man.
And that photo was taken in 1957.
This man has been attending racist rallies since before your parents were born. Anybody who's watching this video, that man has been hot-blooded racist before you were born. Before your parents was born, he was at it. He knows the tricks inside and out. Your parents can't even tell you to move that. They can't even enlighten you. You know what I'm saying? You have to go to your grandma's house. And depending on who's watching this video, we're the same age as your grandmother. So, you know what I'm saying?
Shut up.
You might have to go to great grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead and talk to Mima right quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Mima, you know Barely Broke Podcast? They was talking about shit.
Shit.
They said you got the answers, Mima. You got it.
Oh, God, yo.
This is an old-ass guys talking about something.
Ancient motherfuckers. No. But continue on Kyrie. Him posting that up there, I didn't see him pushing it. I don't see him truly pushing like a strong narrative or nothing. I think he's like, hey, we're Hebrews, we're Israelites. I think it's more like that what he's saying, opposed to like, hey, these motherfuckers suck. This video has all the answers. This is the goddamn truth. This is the new Bible y'all need to be watching. Open up your eyes, you motherfucking sheeple. Okay? Y'all don't know the truth. I don't see him saying all that. This is me personally.
From what I've seen of the actual post, he didn't. If anything, I think he just put some emojis. He never really said anything. He didn't even say anything about it. So for them to even start running, and a lot of folks said they never even watched it before. So I'm wondering, like, how do you know what's even in there if you never even watched it?
Because people just reacted. They heard somebody else talk about it who probably never even watched it themselves, but they talk about it. Then they build off of what they say, and the whole daisy chain just gets created and just fucking spirals and burns. Spirals and burns. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to get canceled, but yeah, it just seems like a wild ass fucking couple of weeks when it came to black men and certain folks. That's all I'm gonna say. Because
Nah, they
yeah,
got you scared to say it. They
yeah,
can
and
Some
I
attack you
ain't
people are
trying.
all.
built for this set.
So you know
I
what happened? You
say
know
I
what
ain't
it
trying.
shows? I want everybody to see it, and it say attack it you, Screwface, right? Because it has honestly become people are scared to even say it now. But it's like DIV said, the buck working, where now we done showed you what we will do if you say anything about us. And
Yeah.
now these are some of the after effects of it, where people don't even want to say the name. Again, it's not exactly you, because I've seen it on many other platforms. I've seen
Oh
it
yeah.
where people who usually just go ham and say whatever the fuck they want at all time, they're just like now they're like, yeah, you
I
know,
mean, it's
let's,
kind of wild. It's wild in a sense because everybody. Let's take comedians per se, right?
mm-hmm.
Comedians or comedy, they say, should be no limits, no bars, no limits, right?
Yeah,
But it's just like if somebody was to make a joke about, let's say, the Holocaust or something, they would be immediately canceled.
yep,
But then they will fight for somebody's right to completely shit on black folks, or even
facts,
like, make any type of joke about slavery, any type of degrading joke about black folks that they can, knowing
yeah,
there were more lives were lost during slavery and the Atlantic trade and the Atlantic slave trade than in the fucking Holocaust. But that's perfectly within limits. That's within rights. But then, if you try to make a joke about the Holocaust, and I'm not saying that, we should, minimize it. It was definitely a horrific event. A lot of crazy fucking shit went down during that whole, time span. So I completely agree. But it's just like, how you gonna sit here and say this one is completely off limits, or if you do try to say something about it or try to make a joke, we're gonna come for your neck, and we're gonna make sure that you and your family and your family's family and your generations afterwards is gonna be fucked in the ass. But black folks, slavery, all that stuff, it's perfectly within perfect game. Like it's perfectly fine. That doesn't matter. So it's just like to your point when you're saying like a lot of folks is not even trying to even say the word Jew in a sense. It's just like do these folks like are we? So we're gonna just if that's the case, we got to say Kanye was right in a sense. If that's gonna be the case, because if that's not the case, then it should be perfectly fine for folks to make certain jokes, especially if you're gonna say you can make jokes about everybody else because that's comedy or whatever.
bro. It's to the point you can make a 9/11 joke. You can't make a
Yeah, I
joke.
know. That shit is crazy. That shit just happened. Cause I
Yeah,
was think about things like, and that's thousands of people dying, and and
right.
and 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 fuck the people getting cancer and stuff afterwards. The after effects happening too.
Yeah, so that's why
Modern
this shit to
times
me
in
is
our
fucking
lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Because people like to talk about, oh, slavery happened all this a whole long time ago and all this other stuff, and the Holocaust happened more recent. Well,
Yeah,
9/11 happened more recent, and you can make jokes about that. I'm not saying again, same thing with what you said. Ain't nobody saying we that oh I'm trying to make jokes about the Holocaust and make light of it, but it just seems like the rules are always harsher when it comes to certain people and softer when it comes to other people. I don't know if it's because when the soldiers walked up on those camps and seen white faces, the American soldiers seen white people in cages and all that other stuff. It struck a nerve with them, but they can't see the cages that they have back home with black folks. When they see black folks locked up, hung in newspapers and all that shit, they don't have no and like they're not and they weren't too far away from that generation, the greatest
No,
generation that went over there to fight.
yeah,
There's no way they didn't see all that racist shit going on. They didn't see
facts.
tensions and shit
you know
happening.
that you make a
And
very good point there.
that's what I'm saying. Like there's so much that goes on with what black people have to deal with and been dealing with throughout time, and then watching all the sympathy for people over here in this other country. There's black people that they go over there and they fight and kill Germans, other whites, come back over here and they're more afraid of the white people here. They're more afraid of the white people here. Like they have no fear of the white people in Europe. There's black people that have no, and they're over there fighting Germans straight up. But they know they come back here. A nigga who's not even a soldier, nigga who's not a regular ass nigga, white dude, a regular ass white dude could come up to me and fuck my whole life up. And I was over here killing Germans. Nigga, that shit is terrifying. Nigga, that shit is, there's no way you're gonna tell me that I'm supposed to sit here and just talk shit about my own people and put them before my people and just be okay with them whooping the nigga out in front of us. And still doing that shit to today. Like, oh dude, Deontay Wilder, till this day, this very day, nigga still doing this shit. Still doing this shit. And you want me to join in like Charles Barkley and Shaq and the rest of these niggas, knowing all this shit I know? Like, fuck out of here.
That's why you got to commend LeBron James for not even piling on Kyrie when they kind of wanted to ask him the questions about that. You know, when they're like you said, like, why you asking me questions about Kyrie? You're piling on it. We done talked about it. But why don't y'all ask me questions about the whole Jerry Jones situation since we talking about, you know, social justice and rights and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Like, well, like what's up? Like, it was only 1957, and it's like you said, that's not too far from what World War II was. And it's like it's literally right there.
Right,
it's kind of crazy.
Vietnam too. Vietnam happened right after that. Right. It's like this shit is modern times, bro. Rock and roll, fucking videotapes, all that shit was going on.
Yeah, so it don't make sense. Like you said, why do we have to keep piling on to our own? It's like we discussed Kanye, but you know I do agree, like what he says is bad shit crazy, but I'm not gonna pile on it. Like it is what it is at this point. The Hitler thing is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. That's why we kind of had to bring that up because that was wild. Yeah, when he was like, when he said what he said about the Jews and everything, I wasn't gonna pile on because one, it's not my fight. Like, I'm not Jewish, so I mean, if they got a problem with what he said, then okay, you have every right to be offended by what he said.
Right to be offended.
But we got our views on it too, especially about Jesus being a black man.
So what he said about the Jewish thing, I don't know if y'all saw the video where Kanye put it up and then he had like pretty much like an Excel sheet where he had like everybody and he had it color coordinated by all the big businesses and like who was actually Jewish in each company and everything. So that kind of, because the reporter was asking if he wanted to backtrack his statement. He's like, why would I backtrack my statement? I want you to look at this. Now tell me who's truly in control. Look at all these executive high-level positions. Tell me who's in charge. You see, the red represents all the Jewish personnel for each company that holds these high seats that's in charge. So if this has been the perspective of black people, because what Kanye is saying when it comes to Jewish people is nothing new. Exactly. It's really nothing new. Like, in the black community, we have been speaking about stuff like this for years.
You let a Jew break up my crew. Who said that? Ice Cube, no Vaseline. Or he's talking about
and then this nigga got mad when he said that shit.
Yeah. You let a Jew break up my crew.
Anti-Semitic. That's anti-Semitic.
Yeah. And like, honestly, because like the kind of argument that a lot of people like to bring up is saying that Jewish people gave black people a lot of jobs, what we said earlier. Like, you want us to be on board just because you gave people jobs. Let's look at some of them early jobs that they gave to black people. A lot of them contracts was worse than a 360 deal where you had no fucking rights whatsoever. You weren't even paid fully for how big your song actually became.
And yo, that's back in the fucking Mama Gump days. Like Southern Mother Gump days with the singing in the outhouse and all that type of shit.
Bro,
the owners of record labels back then,
they would be touring for the whole year, knocking out shows after shows with singles, this fire. Like, bring this to the, oh, what's this new style that they doing? Oh shit, they know how to gyrate their hips with it and stay on beat while singing. Oh, he took his shirt off, he sweating. The girls are going crazy. His shows are selling out.
Yeah,
her shows are selling out.
Well, and you know how fucked up
they're barely making rent. And they're not mortgage. They're barely making rent.
Barely, and a house they don't have. Bro, and what's even more messed up? We got this Negro that sings and dances and takes his shirt off. The girls go crazy. Let's get that kid from New York, that Italian kid from New York, and get him to take that act and do exactly what the Negro was doing, and we're gonna make millions off making this white guy do it. We'll have him dance and sing and do exactly what the Negro does, and it will make even more money. And we'll call him Elvis, even though Elvis ain't, but you know what I'm saying. They're not only will they not pay this person anything, they'll take everything creative about him and go over here and pump it into some white face to make money and show the world that, oh, he came up with this shit and this is his style. It's some new cool jazz style.
The king.
Yeah, if you let some folks say it, Eminem, created rap, so it fits.
Rap God, he said it himself. Yeah, God. Skibbity doo. Like, look at me.
I'll say Eminem could rap his ass off, man.
I mean, he can.
I don't.
But, his fans...
Me personally, I don't believe Elvis could sing. Me personally, I don't like his dance moves, and I don't think he can sing.
Little Richard,
how dare you? That is the king of rock and roll. How dare you?
Little Richard is the king of rock and roll.
I don't. I've tried listening to his music.
Hey, born and bred, Little Richard.
And I like, there's rock groups that I do like. I do like rock and roll. It's not just say like, hey, rock sucks and that. I actually do like rock, but Elvis. Is this a trend? Their name got to be going with an E to like be crazy successful.
Okay, Illuminati, yo, you try to get us really canceled.
Yeah, I'm watching. 6 guys watching.
Hey, if anything happens to me, no.
But nah, man, like Elvis wasn't that great. He wasn't. He was. To me, he did like a bad boy persona and stole a lot of shit from black.
I think it was Chuck Berry. I think he stole Chuck Berry's whole shtick at the time. I think that's who it was.
Yeah.
I mean, Elvis is no Johnny Cash.
No, he's not. By a long shot. Not at all. I see the man there. He actually
the thing. I just want to bring something back real quick. A point that I just want to make, which is kind of something that's also kind of cold and sick and on point, is that they'll have Jerry Jones in the conversation. The conversation is Jerry Jones.
Yeah. But
they'll have it be deflected to be us arguing about what Kanye said to the Jews and us versus the Jews and whatnot and all this kind of stuff. When the conversation should be
Jerry Jones.
What's going on with this man, his background, his effects on his black employees. Literally everything should be scrutinized. Everything should be fine-combed because of that picture. I don't care. I don't care your curiosity. I don't care. Like, there's a whole lot of other dudes that ain't in that picture. Why are you there? I don't give a shit. Age don't matter. Your presence
black people getting beaten. That's what he was curious at. I've never seen a black man getting bludgeoned before.
I mean, it's because he was like front and center. Like, he wasn't like front and center, but he was in the crowd though.
He was
like,
in the mix.
If you were curious, you would just be sitting in the back. You just like, oh shit, what's going on over here? But he was like Diaby said, he was in the mix. He was like there. He was just like, yeah, get that nigga.
Yeah,
with the hard ER.
Bring him closer. Let me get a slap too.
Like, hold him back. Hold on.
Papa, you proud of me now? I punched him.
I low-key wish that social media. I low-key wish that video and social media was just as prevalent back then as it was now. With like the whole.
Bro, it didn't matter then. Look at they got Rodney King being beaten. They got Martin Luther King being beaten. Sprayed.
No, I'm saying because a lot of folks like to.
This.
No, I'm saying because back then folks like to minimize. Because this is just a picture. So Jerry Jones could just say, like he said, I was just curious. But with like a video, like somebody actually recording like the turn of events, you could just see how involved he was, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
So you can see like
to see what was going on.
Bro, like, do you know how crazy this was if Twitter was out back then?
But bro, they got pictures. They have pictures of people getting their heads.
No. Imagine if Twitter was out. He's there.
Nah, you said like imagine. Yeah.
From back then.
Bro, it would have been crazy. Yeah, it would have been crazy. I think the world would have burned back then if they had Twitter.
Yeah, you could have seen them over there with their little videos like, oh yeah, we about to go inside this restaurant and these black folks over here trying to eat. Oh, you want human rights there? You want? Yeah, you see that? Yeah, I did it.
You want human rights? human rights
That's what
this.
the fuck. I think that's what Screwface getting at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay, I
pretty
got
much.
you, I got you.
And I would want to see them try and defend that. I would want to see them defend it. Because then
Yeah,
he would like
exactly.
go to school talking about he was curious and nothing. What's he gonna say? I did it for the vine, man. I did it for the vine. No.
Just weak excuses. I just want to make sure that what happens after this is that they take a look into him and scrutinize him, criticize him like they did with Kyrie.
Make him put out apologies to the black community.
Equal treatment, equal everything.
Matter of fact, I want him removed from owner of the Dallas Cowboys. I want him removed.
Like an old boy who got removed from the Clippers.
Donald Sterling.
Who got removed? Oh yeah. I don't want you hanging out.
Yeah.
They're gross. Nah. I don't even know what he said, but I see that's kind of what he said.
Yeah, he didn't really say the hard ER, but it was close enough.
Oh.
Why you gotta hang around with black? Why you listen, I don't care if you take a picture with them. Why did you have to, post? I think it was because she posted it or some shit.
Oh,
I think it was Magic. I think it was Magic or like Magic Johnson too. That's who she took a picture with.
That's who you was getting mad over. Like that's the wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's the wrong dude to get mad over. Like.
I mean, kind of the right dude, and he got AIDS still, but the wrong dude at the same time.
But don't be recorded. But you still sound crazy. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say
something. So wow.
It sounds really bad when you talk about a dude who has AIDS and like, oh, don't be around him. Like, you sound like every person from the 80s when they're talking about gays and had AIDS and all that type of shit, bro.
He shook your hand? Bro, AIDS. You didn't know that's how AIDS works, man.
That's exactly how it spreads.
AIDS. Spreads. He has the AIDS rate. Wait, who had that? I heard the AIDS rate. What was that? Or it was a cancer rate. Yeah. There's a show on Hulu. It's called MODOK. Mechanical organism designed only for killing. The dude with the big head from freaking Marvel. Mad Weapons. And I think it's the show, but I think they're like the bad guys just chasing somebody. The person pulls out a ray gun and shoots them with it. Like, oh, you have AIDS, and he's like, oh, you have cancer. My bad, it wasn't MODOK. Damn, I'm all fucked up. It was
this nigga.
It was DC. It was some DC shit. It was some DC show or something. I think it was Harley Quinn. I think it was that Harley. Yeah, I'm all over the place, but yeah, someone got hit with an AIDS ray. It was hilarious. It was just like, yeah, I give up being a henchman.
But we need to keep Jerry Jones' name in the papers, man. Keep his name in the fucking papers till all the numbers get out. I'm not saying anything to say, hey, I want this man fired. Like, ain't nothing else to say, man, because he over there. I do want him fired. Like, no bullshit. Like, I'm saying.
I mean, he owns the team, and he's kind of one of them bullheaded white dudes that,
I don't care.
It's kind of like stuck in their ways. He ain't selling.
Listen, I don't watch NFL as it is. I don't support the Dallas Cowboys, but still, if Sterling, if all this is happening to Kyrie, it needs to be fair across the board. Have him apologize. Have Jeff Bezos apologize. Have the motherfuckers who created the documentary also fucking fired.
Wait a second.
Apologize. I don't
think there's something wrong with what you're saying.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter because if all this is happening to Kyrie, they're dragging him all over the fucking mud. How come everybody's not being held responsible? And everybody being held responsible.
You're asking an old 70-something-year-old white dude to apologize to black people when you know damn well he was in that restaurant because you asking too much.
I wonder if he's even said anything about it since.
He did. He said that he was just curious. He came and said that. He's like, well, I don't know. I guess I was curious. I was a kid. I was like 14.
Man, it was so many years ago. Why y'all hold that against me, man? It's too far
let's
back.
Go around the pitch.
I mean, listen, I know I can't remember a lot of shit that happened when I was 14, or let's say, like 10 or some shit, but I don't know, man.
That's
you kind of will remember some.
You would forget.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me put it to you like this: why I say that he needs to be removed. That's just one photo. That's just one. How many more events like that happened then? Just because you're only one, that doesn't mean that's the only one he went to.
But that's before the civil rights movement. So just imagine during the civil rights movement when shit was really popping off.
How you know that he didn't release some of the hounds himself? He's over there like Mr. Burns, man. Like,
But how riled up do you get where you want to be front and center to watch black people go to school or go sit in a restaurant?
Over there beating and telling little girls they can't go inside class. They no, we can't go to the same school because you know what?
Yeah, but
I don't know why, but you can't go because you're gonna make us dumber. My daddy said that you're gonna you're gonna do this to me. So no, stay away from me. Like what?
Racism is so dumb.
They
Right,
stupid as fuck.
Fucking
Could you
dumb.
imagine sitting on your porch like with a stick, just like hitting like playing with some shit, and your neighbor like, the Negroes they're trying to break into the school, like what? And then you run down.
Let's rally! Where's my pitchfork? Where's my torch? IKEA's closed. Damn it!
That is like I said, racism is dumb. Listen, I'm mad because these niggas is trying to get educated, and I don't want that. Because I don't want
them
Negroes.
sitting next to me, okay? Smelling like cocoa butter and goddamn lying around like some berries. Smell all good. No, I don't want that.
They smell all good and shit.
Matter of fact, my son just made it to the basketball team. I seen them down there hooping in the park. No, Devontae, you're not taking his seat.